that I felt like sharing. I'm up here in Ontario, Canada, just driving across, and it's sort of an Indian summer, I suppose, up here, and I guess in other places in North America too. It's just staying warm, so I'm here. But I wanted to share something that was not natural, not a part of the space that I'm kind of occupying right now, but back in the digital world that we all have a foot in. I was thinking about the attention economy. I was thinking about how we have this fight among ourselves as people in the real economy, the financial economy, the places where we purchase things and where we acquire wealth. And we have this battle over whether or not we should be forced to share it with each other. On one side, you got ideas like socialism and communism. On the other side, you have anarchy or free market capitalism. And one of the arguments is that some people just don't have what it takes to make the kind of money that other people make. And the distribution of wealth is so one-sided and getting more one-sided that maybe we should do something about it, or maybe we shouldn't do something about it. That is nothing compared to the distribution of wealth in the attention economy. Are you already feeling this? Let's use me as an example. I've made videos for 7, 8 years now. Over 35 countries I've filmed content, and I've traveled by motorcycle or by car or by truck or something like that. Probably over 100,000 miles filming content, creating, I don't know, 300 videos or something. And nobody watches. Nobody watches. So you can't really accuse me of not putting some work into it. You can say that I maybe am not creating something other people find valuable. And that's fair. By the way, this is not a complaint. I'm just using myself as an example. I'm very willing to accept that there are certain limitations, including the limitations that I myself possess, that would keep people from watching my videos. And this is not about that. This is just an example of the distribution of wealth in the attention economy. So all that I just told you, 8 years, 35 countries, 100,000 miles, 300 videos, and my videos probably get 15 views. So you're like one of the people in a very small room with me who watches my videos. And that's okay. But if you think about the work that goes into that versus the return on that, there is no distribution in the real economy that is so skewed that a person could put that much work into something and get that little return. There are other people who have obviously millions of views, and the more views you have, the more views you get. Just like in the real economy, the more money you have, the more money you get. The more you make, the more people trust you with money. You have money, they trust you with money, you make more money. This is a really interesting concept because the attention economy that we are in now is more unequally distributed than anything that's probably ever existed in the world. And that is not actually what this video is about. This is just to prove a point. This is just to lay the foundation for a case that I want to share with you. In the attention economy, more of us feel underheard, unvalidated, unseen, unappreciated, unrecognized than we probably ever could in the real economy, unless we live in a genuine third world country that has a underclass that is absolutely impoverished and living in ghettos. When I think of something like the ghettos of India I've never been. I've only seen documentaries. That's one of the countries I have not been to. But the attention economy we have has created ghettos full of people who are cast out and rejected, unseen, unappreciated, unheard. If your goal is to be seen and appreciated, if your goal is to receive attention, and if attention is how you feel validation through external validation, you're going to be suffering dramatically in our current world. I understand a lot of you don't participate in the attention economy, and that's great. Some of us do participate in because we feel we need it. Some of us participate as sort of retirees who have maybe enough attention in our lives, or we feel validated enough, but we come here to share some thoughts, and if somebody's listening, then that's fine, but it's not our source of attention income, I guess is a good way to put it. It sounds a little confusing, but yeah, I'm making it up as I go along, and I think it's tracking. Some of you might not participate in the attention economy. You might not understand what it's like for a lot of people who, especially younger people, who are posting videos and pics and even just on their personal social media, and nobody cares. But I can imagine it hurts pretty bad for a lot of people. I can imagine a lot of people even doing whatever it takes, selling their souls in one way or another. They're still not getting what they desire. And ultimately, wow, wouldn't it be great if we found that within ourselves? Wouldn't it be great if we found that validation within ourselves so that we didn't need outside attention? We'll get there. But first, let me talk about the counterfeit attention that we are getting. Because there's somebody who's paying attention to us. There's somebody who's listening. There's someone who sees us all the time. They know the things that we've created. They know the things we've said. When we shared that we like something or we don't like something, they are listening and they're remembering because they care. Unfortunately, that someone, that they that I'm talking about is not a person at all. It's the algorithm. I'm using this term loosely, but I'm talking about the digital programs that are paying attention to everything we do so that they can sell us things, control, manipulate, and guide us in certain directions. When you say you like something, the algorithm is paying attention. When you say you don't like something, it's paying attention. When you're having a private phone call, but your Instagram mic is turned on in the background in your settings, even if your app is closed, Instagram heard you. It's listening, it's paying attention. And you open up your Instagram account and you've got ads for the thing you were talking about on the phone. It's not even a secret. It's just there paying attention. We talk about these things like we don't like them. But isn't the algorithm really just that kind of, oh, I'm losing it. Here it is. Isn't the algorithm just that low-key stalker that we're actually kind of flattered by? Right? We tell our friends, it's like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe it. He showed up at my work again and he just told me how bad he wants me. And it's like, please, I don't know if I could take any more of this. Right? But you're actually bragging. You're actually bragging. You actually like the attention. You know, it might be a little dangerous, but probably not. And you're enjoying the attention because you're not getting it from other people. Isn't that what modern digital technology is for a lot of us? It's the low-key stalker that actually hears us and sees us and pays attention when the rest of the world couldn't care less. Digital life is so bankrupt. If we don't recognize how bad it hurts for some of us to be unattended to, underappreciated, unseen, ignored, criticized, if we don't get honest about how this feels in our life, then we're going to be blindsided by the counterfeit things that do pay attention to us and actually make us feel good about ourselves. We're going to end up in dysfunctional, attention relationships. We're going to end up in dysfunctional attention relationships that destroy us and that are designed to use us, just like dysfunctional real relationships are. We need to get honest about how we're feeling. Like I said, this probably doesn't apply to a lot of you, but it applies to somebody you know. In the attention economy, the algorithm and the programs that are following us are the low-key stalkers that we are flattered to have. And if you're not sure if you're one of those people, imagine what would happen if suddenly you got a notification across all your platforms that said, we're not paying attention anymore. We're not listening to you. We don't care. You have no value to us as a consumer. We don't really need your attention. We don't want anything from you. We are not going to curate your ads anymore. We're just not paying attention. Like, you are dead to us. We could just flip a button, or the algorithm says, I could simply pay attention if I wanted to. I've got the bandwidth. It wouldn't take anything, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to anymore. There's nothing there for me. Imagine you declare bankruptcy, financial bankruptcy. You've got nothing left financially. The algorithm finds out that you have nothing left financially and says, now that you're broke, I don't care. Instagram's no longer listening. Your ads will no longer be curated. The next video that plays on YouTube will have nothing to do with the last one or any of the things that you've shown that you prefer in the past. Will you feel a little more lonely in your life? A lot of people would. We live in a society and in a world, I wouldn't even say a society, because can you call it a society when 70 or 80% of the interactions on the internet are bots, not even human beings? I don't know, but we live in a world where our insecurities and our wounds are exposed and taken advantage of at a pace and with efficiency that has never been seen before in human history. And this is an opportunity for us. This is an opportunity for us to see the things in our life that we haven't dealt with, the things that past generations might not have dealt with. We don't get to make that choice anymore to ignore the things within us that want to be heard and seen. We don't get the choice anymore because we can see right in front of us the devastation, the destruction that is coming our way. If we continue down this path and continue to put our heads in the sand, continue to pretend that we're not hurting, that we're not injured, that we're not insecure, if we continue to pretend we're not burying parts of ourselves, we can't do it anymore. We can't keep pretending that we are this whole functional being. Because there are systems in place now that are so efficient and effective at finding out where our weaknesses are that we cannot deny it. And if we keep denying it, we simply end up in dysfunctional, destructive relationships with digital technology and the people who manage it. The madness that is going on in the world right now, politically, the division, is just one sign of this. People are losing their minds. I get to see it, right? You might wonder, is it really happening? Because maybe you have a certain group of people you spend time with and that's kind of, you do your thing. I'm out doing things. I'm out meeting people from different places. I ran into a lady on the beach the other day, barbecuing at a nice little fire pit that she had. She was driving this like 1986 motorhome, really cool little thing. And she's probably in her 60s. And I said, hey, you think it's okay for us to park here tonight, you know, on the beach? Or do you think this is off limits? I don't know. I'm in Canada. I don't know if there's always signs when you're not supposed to be someplace. And she said, oh, it's probably fine. I'm not staying the night, but, you know, it's probably fine. Where are you from? And I said, oh, I'm from the U.S. She goes, oh, getting away from Trump, huh? And it was like, you know, like 52% of the people voted for him, right? I may not be one of those 52%, but chances are you're talking to someone who did. And not only that, you're in this beautiful place, and this is what's on your mind. This is what's possessed you. You can't get away from it. You're trapped in it. Even on this nice beach, on the shore of a lake that you can't even see the other side of. Listening to the waves lap against the shore, barbecuing, making some marshmallows. You got this cool old vintage motorhome, and you want to talk politics. You can't get away from it. It is making people crazy. If we don't recognize the insecurities and the wounds and the incompletion that we have, we're going to be completely strip-mined as people. We are going to be hacked, leveled, sifted. All of the valuable things will be pulled out of us, and we will be thrown to the side like a carcass. And we will be a carcass. This is our opportunity to come clean, to get sober, sorry, I just don't know if I'm getting bit by things or if I'm just making it up in my head. This is our top opportunity to come clean, to get sober, to be present, and to acknowledge what's going on. All right, we got somebody coming. End of video.